With it now being October, and now it being the scary month of the year, I figured it would only make sense to make several scary videos to roll out for the month. And while the recent Minecraft and Back 4 Blood videos have technically done that already, since this is going out after all of that, I also needed to know that I needed more. So, after seeing some more horror-related titles drop on Game Pass just before the launch of Back 4 Blood, since this is being made just before Back 4 Blood's launch, I decided to try one of them out, and just kind of see if horror titles are still good, I guess. So today, let's play Visage, a horror game that, through the use of my complete stupidity for puzzle games, is actually just a house simulator, and not to be confused with anything different. Do I want the vibration on my keyboard on? No, because it doesn't vibrate. Like, what? I first checked out the Hall of Fame, with apparently having pictures that change depending on if you're close up to them or not. It's an interesting illusion, I guess. Then I grabbed this sweet thumbnail shot, because, you know, of course. Then I found this book of appreciation, which sounds like a church's way of figuring out who is going to get the holy water on their face or not. Turns out you actually have to find a bunch of pages in order to complete this book. And after finding all of those pages in some pretty weird places, I'm gonna guess I completed the special thanks book for this game. So allow me to share some of the more favorites and specialties of this book. Buddy, Garp, Ubot, Wright 1505, Bix Dad, Firefox, Browser Edition, Eric Ma, Sakurang, Woody, you know, Max 0248, Teepler Boo Boo, and Chris. Alright, that's everything. Anyway, let's actually get into the game. And it immediately points out that this game is hard, which is already setting the bar pretty high. Also, we immediately launch into a cutscene in which this guy quite literally takes a revolver and shoots some mom and her probably, I'm gonna assume, her 2 kids on the spot. And I'm not entirely sure if this is actually, you know, part of the story or whatnot, but I'm actually just gonna skip this scene because I don't want to get banned for something that actually isn't, you know, real. You know, good job, YouTube. So we're just gonna skip past this. I then woke up in a pool of blood, because, you know, this is a horror game, so why wouldn't I? Unless this is Resident Evil and I'm waking up in a pile of mold. This room is actually a progress room, even though it looks more something like it's out of a church, because it looks more like a church room, but, you know, we'll look past that. Let's be real, I couldn't really figure out what I was supposed to do in this game pretty much whatsoever. So instead, until we figure out what we're doing, let's just play House Simulator. But first, let's answer our neighbor, who is apparently worried that we've been gaming too hard by playing Minecraft for several weeks. Also, you know, there's out there, and that's a thing, so, you know, of course I'm gonna be in this house for 3 weeks. I mean, come on. Check it out, boys, I can pick up cans of beer, meaning tonight is going to be lit! The game then introduces me to Sanity, which basically just means to not stand in the dark, you weird creep. Apparently can't leave the house because, remember, there's a thing out there. Let's now head upstairs to see what's up, and I first decide to check the bathroom. But jeez, this is also a very impractical bathroom, and it's very tiny. Yet it's also got 2 ways to enter it, either from a bedroom or from the hallway, which is also implying that if you're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, the last thing you're probably going to be seeing before you die is 2 zombies tag teaming you because they probably just finished eating your family members and they're coming in on both sides. Let's now head into this bedroom, only to realize that there's not much here, and it kinda sucks. But what about this room with the panda taped to the door? It apparently starts a chapter for something. I'm just gonna guess certain items start chapters, I guess. This room is kind of creepy, because dolls and children in a bedroom sitting places is already a one-way ticket to being killed on sight. Apparently this closet also has 2-way entry, which involves more tag teaming in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Speaking of that, I am starting to realize that if you were living here in the middle of said zombie apocalypse, you'd probably be pretty screwed. I then can't see myself in this mirror, which is unfortunate, but the mirror does tell me that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Heading back into the hallway, we're gonna head to this room, which is apparently Daddy's office. Or, you know, more commonly known as where the things Mommy can't and shouldn't see go. Heading back downstairs, I return the exact way I came from, looking for, keys and mysterious items and beer cans. I can't call Domino's for food. That's unfortunate. Good job, cell service. Very cool. I then decided to start turning off lights, simply because I was curious to see what the game was going to start doing once my sanity started to run out. And I will give credit where it's due. The subtle music here, after the sanity starts draining, is actually a nice touch. So at least this game's nailing the vibe check. Check out this sick math? Yeah. Check out this sick map of Earth. It's pretty dope. Then I found this picture that was apparently hiding in this closet. So I decided to interact with it, and apparently I made knocking sounds. And apparently I did it for long enough that I actually got straight up trapped in the room that I was in, and all the doors locked. I continued to interact and knock on this picture, and eventually the doors just magically opened. Strange. I then returned downstairs to find a newly opened door, and found the keys to Daddy's basement. Good job. The TV then turns off when I get close to it, and then it turns right back on again when I start walking away, revealing that there's some chick in a door frame somewhere in this house. I had absolutely no idea where this was, however I decided to just veer away from it, because I don't want to be scared. I then decided to venture into the other side of the house, and found a lighter, because apparently I need to set things on fire, and light is also my friend. I then found a way and entered to go downstairs, to a construction zone for some reason. It looks interesting, but I'm still questioning why these people were doing construction under their house. I then hear some strange sounds, because, this is a horror game. We gotta have some sounds. And clearly, there was a woman moaning. So either A, this is either a zombie game in disguise, or it's just some chick who's somehow pranking me. Another TV then decides to turn off when I get close to it, and then turn on when I leave. And then I find this conveniently placed camera. And now I'm a vlogger. Excuse me, sir, I'm just here to do some maintenance on your water heater, don't mind me. I then found the game's first collectible, a doll. Apparently they're little Russian dolls in places. I mean, good job. I didn't even realize that this chick was right in front of me at first, and it was a good thing I noticed, and when I did notice, I actually was like, oh snap. But god dang, that's some good lighting for that scene. I'll be honest right there. I choose to just go back this way, because, I don't really want to be, like, slaughtered by a chick. Then she disappeared. I guess I made her upset by running away, apparently. And with that, I'm hungry. So let's go back upstairs and check the fridge. And therefore, I got some free milk! And even a coffee mug to drink that milk. Nice. This time, the game informed me that my sanity was decreasing pretty quickly. So, I ended up taking some free drugs from the fridge, because apparently I cut that out somehow. Also, that lady is still moaning for some reason. Jeez, lady, keep that in the bedroom. I later returned to the, I guess we're gonna call it the girls' room, and knocked on the wall one more time. Only this time, instead of just the doors locking, the bed decided to disappear, and the devils showed up. Also, a chalkboard showed up that also said that darkness haunts you, and this decided to happen. To which the doors ended up reopening, and then I went back to, quote, Daddy's office to log out. To conclude, yeah, Visage is definitely a horror title. It nails the vibe check as well as the gameplay check for a horror title pretty well, and its elements of how its horror aesthetics work for this setting is pretty decent. However, since I don't really enjoy nor understand kind of these puzzle games, and especially the type that Visage is, I sadly didn't really get to explore much of the title as much as I thought I would. I mean, to be fair, the only time I was actually like, oh snap, and actually got scared was when that ghost girl first appeared in the hallway in the basement. But I will say that it's pretty decent though for a puzzle game, at least for what I've seen. And for a Halloween themed game as well as a video, it works out pretty good. So I'll just leave it at that. My name is PandaPowerSauce, remember to stay saucy, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.